last weekend, actually twice this week with the kids, just to see if they had any at the larger Walmart. They didn't have any. Our local one, of course, doesn't have any. They did have the junior set very early, which is definitely what everybody should be looking at, because the junior set historically will go on sale quickly. The junior set for Jurassic Park are going to be printed pieces, unlike the massive sticker sheet that most people have for it right now, or that we've had for the junior set for Jurassic Park are going to be printed pieces, unlike me.
Yep, my store had about
somewhere. I got a window that's got something live and total amateur houring it.
Yeah, we're live. We got MLG Gaming in the chat.
What's going on?
Cold water. Yeah, my one store in the entirety Atlanta area has the Baby Velociraptor poly bags. They had 150 last I checked. I bought 10 for myself, and they still have plenty left for the kids when I left.
All right, so
also had tons of the Dimension starters for $12.
Really, which one?
All of them. Xbox 360, One, PS4, and Wii.
Right, but there's one of them that has the Supergirl insert.
Yeah, I got a couple of those, but some that didn't as well.
Right, so everybody's going wild about the Supergirl insert one because she alone is like a $20 poly on it too. But that's going to be a race to the bottom by everybody.
Yep, and I got a few of those, and I'm going to part them out. A few of the boxes were damaged; they're not really worth flipping right now, so I'm just going to part them out.
I don't know that that those games are going to be too much to really flip on. And you had asked me about the GameStop, because I brought that up before when I did our Dimensions packs. But the GameStop was buying them, but they were buying the disc and not the console to actually play it on. Which, yeah, whatever.
Effectively free money at that point. You're never going to sell the disc,
right?
Well, maybe eBay. But.
You're gonna sell the disc to families that have kids that have schmutzed up the disc. You know, like that's the use for aftermarket discs for the most part. It's me. But yeah, I couldn't believe that they did. But when I approached them, because I was trying to, like, hey, did you guys buy these consoles too? Like, no, like we don't deal with hardware at all. We don't buy any of that hardware. I'm like, this is the whole thing that drives the game. Like we buy the pucks. All right, well.
Did they buy the pucks or no?
I think I limit 3 ETs and be out of here. So that was my experience with them. Hey, I'm Big B and I Brick. Welcome to another edition of the Lego Seller Stream. As always, I have my man Foo Bricks here. We were talking about Jurassic Polybags in the pre-show, and I was just like, oh, this is probably a good jumping point, because people would be interested in that. It's a very marketable thing, and the experience that I have with the polybags from Jurassic Park movies is Toys R Us piece. They had polybag for the last movie that had the slightly larger and far less cute dinosaur. And Doc had bought 20, I bought 40, and we were like, let's price them crazy high. Like, let's actually go with like $1 over the available average on these, knowing that in retrospect we were watching what previous dinosaur sets had done when the next one would roll out. And we both the same night sold out of all of them, to Singapore.
Wow.
And when I say Singapore, it's Singapore, Malaysia, it's that area, where they have these shops that you've been to, Foo.
Yep.
That will import in as many of these sets as they possibly can, because they've got clientele that are going to them and being like, hey, I need this, because for some reason they don't know Google and they've never looked up Bricklink.
Or they don't have access to PayPal.
Or Stripe, or one of those other payments that Segway, Bricklink has released that they will be starting to take other payments soon, and they're already doing research on it. So
that's good. I'd be happy if they just get PayPal working for now. Like unpaid $1,000 order.
So your PayPal order did not go through, is what you're saying? Then you have confirmation from the buyer that says, I did try to pay for this.
No, when I went to Bricklink, it says, no payment received, and
right.
It had invoices. It was like the old way, but no reason, because it was instant checkout, so it should have gone through.
Right, but in my experience, there seems to be some sort of way for buyers to potentially work their way around from auto checkout, even if you have auto checkout. I just rechecked, and I don't know if this is a mistake. That I should always talk somebody else into checking these buttons before I check them on Bricklink. The limit new buyers to automated payment only, and then they extrapolated out new buyers to mean like 6 purchases or 5 purchases with individual buyers, which means they could have had 10, 20 purchases on Bricklink and still not qualify. And I think it's within 6 months of being active. And I've gotten shuckled and troubled by that before. And luckily, the buyer was vocal enough to be like, hey, I'm having a problem. I really want to buy this, and not giving up and just moving on. They wrote me and we worked our way through it. So, and also as a side note, this was also a repeat buyer. Do you remember this story? The repeat buyer that wasn't allowed to buy in my store because they were a new buyer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So same deal. And I rechecked that button and turned it back on. And I never should have done that. In fact.
I'm just curious how it happened, because I don't have any non-instant checkout options available.
Okay, so I've got automated payments after my non-payment occurred. So I had an order today where they did the the international, excuse me, the international $250 or more purchase free shipping option, which is any weight, free shipping anywhere in the world. So I'm shipping 3 pounds of stuff to Australia. Good for them, good for me. But it was a non-payment, and that's just I don't see how that happened. It's supposed to be like you get your cart above $250, and then the surprise, bells, whistles turn on. Look, I've got another shipping option, and now it's for free. But you got to pay, and even in the note, it was like, so I guess I got to pay now since I got shipping for free. So I don't know if they've attempted to or not, because they're a hemisphere off of me. So,
yeah, the time difference is pretty big.
Luckily, tomorrow is Monday. Bricklink will be open at 11 a.m. my time on the East Coast, or noon, depending if it's their 9 to 5 or 8 to 6 or however long they are. So we'll have answers to any questions if other people are getting plagued with this.
Yep, I'm definitely going to submit a ticket for what happened to me, because I'm just honestly curious how it happened and why. And maybe it's $1,000 thing. It triggered, some sort of limit they set. But
I don't know, because there were special circumstances surrounding those two. So
I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Yeah. And anytime you're in my store and you trigger one of those events where it flashes the lights and everything where it says free shipping, take that option. It's there for a reason. You've earned that. I appreciate that you've done that. Take that. I'm talking to you, Brian. All right.
Yeah, the free shipping thing applies also in my store. Any domestic U.S. order, $49 or more, free shipping. Doesn't matter how much it weighs. That's always been there. And it automatically kicks in. You just have to add enough to your cart after coupon to be $49.
So you had a large order this week. What might have that, and how many lots was that, man?
Oh,
Comedy Gold.
I had 2 large orders, and they were both 1 lot. And they were the aforementioned rechargeable batteries.
What? 1 lot? $1,000 order?
Yep.
Good on you. Good on you, brother. Good on you.
23 batteries. If they pay.
And I just want to do a pre-haul thanks right now for when I do receive the package. I will be receiving. See, I was going to do like a whole sales presentation in case you still had those things. I was going to be like, I got these. These are now going away. We've got the crappy new boost function shit-a-ma-jig thing that we've got to deal with. And look what I just picked up. It's the Epic rechargeable batteries from Power Functions that I had never gotten, and it's higher end, more select item, and segue into items you should buy now that one thing is going out and another thing is rolling in.
This is the package for Big B's future haul.
Yes, everybody should be using the priority bubble mailers for catch-alls for shippings.
It was 16.1 ounces.
C'est la vie.
Of course. But yeah,
pop those things into a vinyl bag and wrap them tight.
I'm not sure that's kosher with USPS, but for batteries anyway. But yeah, I picked them at the Toys R Us here. It's closing in 6 days now, I believe. They had a case of them that had been picked through. There's 51 left when I bought them. And I bought them all. That was probably my biggest single battery purchase I've ever made in my life.
So what did you shell these out for? What did you have them listed for?
They're still listed. I have 10 left. They're $45. That's less than what Lego sells them for.
It is considerably less.
And I don't collect sales tax either. So if you bought, say, 1 battery box and $5 worth of parts, it'll ship for free.
Man, if there was any people who were watching the show who were interested in trains,
yes,
this would be a good deal.
I
picked up 5 of them. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You got another 10 that went out to Germany, to a major house in Germany. We talked about that as well. Sometimes I have select items that'll be shot out to them. They sit on things for long periods of time and then re-release them at an unbelievable markup. Again, segue into the potential topic that we said we were going to talk about, which was what should you, in our humble opinions, seek and hold on to and rally around when Lego discontinues one line and goes over into another. So right now, for anybody who is into trains, into robotics of sorts, Lego has changed the configuration of the connections from what you currently have in Power Functions to this new Boost plug-in system, which is a change to even what they have for, the EV3 and the Mindstorm system. So that one's very much like it's close to like an RJ45. It might be, I don't know.
Look at one and see. It probably is RJ45 because why would they reinvent a connector? But it might be RJ11 telephone.
No, it's thicker. Slightly thicker.
I'm sure it's some RJ standard though.
It's not a 4, it's a 6. That's what I mean. Like at 45, you've got
Cat 5 is
11, 12, you've got 4. So I don't know what the heck this is.
It's in the middle.
Yeah, it's somewhere. Whatever it is, that's what it looks like. But it's no more. They went to this new Boost system, which I can't show you that pin piece, but I can show you. That's what it looks like right there.
Yep.
It's got a connection to it, which is double-sided. You just pop in either way. It's very, very child-friendly. I can see why they changed the connection point some. but I haven't seen any articles, solutions, anything like that discussing how they're going to go in between systems of yore and new systems. But we have essentially a train system going away. So the last change we saw like this really was going from 9-volt to power functions.
Yep. And Lego does sell all the old, well, soon to be old power functions stuff on Shop at Home, but you're very limited on the quantities you can get.
Right.
Good example is rechargeable battery. They let you buy one. And of course, I don't have that limit. And beyond that, you can buy, I believe, 5 of all the others, except for the battery, regular battery box, a AAA, you get 2. And then you max out. I may or may not have placed several orders over the time, over the past year, but yeah, you're limited. So get them while it's hot if you need them.
Yep. So you've got to go out and you sort of try to figure out what they're doing. It's not that the track is going away, so we're still going to have the same track, although I think they're retiring FlexiTrack. There's people that swear by, not a large amounts, but a couple few pieces in the arrangement are necessary to get done what needs to be done.
A few's okay, but man, that stuff is dime a dozen.
Yeah. But what should you look at now that Lego is changing everything up? Do you want to stock up and get more motors? Do you want to get more receivers? More battery cases? More controllers?
I'd say probably everything but the controllers. Controllers are controllers. I don't think that's going to matter that much. And if you have one controller, you can drive, what, 4 different things with it? You have the channels?
Well, you got 3 different channels, and then you've got high and low.
Yeah, so the remotes, I wouldn't get too many of those, but I'd say probably sensors, battery boxes for sure, because that's also used in Technic. And then motors, which I did get in Malaysia. I got about 20 of them right here. Your typical motor in a bag with wheels, cheaper than they sell them for in the United States. So
nice.
I bought all they had at every Lego store in Kuala Lumpur. Sorry to the Malaysians. I cleaned them out. But the local Lego stores still carry the power functions. You have to ask them for it. They have it behind the desk in the drawer, but they have them. They'll sell them to you.
Yeah.
And they usually don't limit that much as they do online.
I wonder if those are going to reach and hit into a clearance type of item too.
We can only hope.
Yeah. So this will be, anything in the store right now from the leftover trains, that'll be the last of the trains that have that functionality with power functions. The new trains for 2018 that are rolling out this year, that'll have the boost system or whatever they're calling it. It's very child friendly. It is going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be able to make all the electrical connections, and the dumbest child in the world won't screw it up. It's a lot of lowest common denominator type of stuff, like the same reason why 9-volt went away and everything else good. Not to be a complete cynic, but the reason why we can't have nice things is because of stupid people. So
it's always the case.
It always is. Somebody had a hard time putting those 2 bricks together in order to make an electrical connection, and now we have a fail-free plug that just Yep, 2 connections, no longer stackable. No idea how it's going to work with other stuff. So
one
you
tip
have lights on the front end or the back end, and that's it. Until you have to run another battery.
One tidbit I picked up on from my local Lego stores are now finally able to request specific parts for the picker brick wall again. So starting next month, according to him, they should start getting new stuff like the old school tiles with the mail, the stamp, and the lines.
Nice.
like the ones I got for you. Those are on my wall now. And he said he's got flower stems on the way. And he asked me what I wanted. And I said, translite blue studs, as many cases as you can get. Because I will sit here and make you fill cups to sell them to me.
So they're not going to be able to choose any item that they want, but they're going to be able to choose from, there's what's on the wall selection. They'll be able to choose from the wall selection.
Right. And for those who don't know, previously they just got whatever Lego sent them. They weren't able to.
They got a distribution that included, in previous to this, when they had the monthly build on the wall model.
And he also showed me pictures of the new Harry Potter train. So those are public. Those are online. But there's no power functions in the Harry Potter train, by the way.
Can they be built into it? Does it look like?
It would take some work. I mean, it's not blatantly obvious how to do it, but I'm sure you can. You have to make some stuff bigger. But that's there. Of course, the new cargo train, the new passenger train. You've all seen probably pictures of those by now. They do include the new power functions.
Well, it's the same size battery box as before, so that's a bonus.
And Pumpkin was asking who picks the wall selection, and it is the store. The managers and employees can say, hey, give me this. And they will get it ordered, and it gets in when it gets in.
Yeah. But it's a limited selection. Like, that's what we're trying to get at is we've talked about this in the past with the selection that was available at Legoland Malaysia. They had the same distribution as full store distribution. So that's what we're talking about now, is that stores will be able to pick and choose. That means that you'll be able to get in the 2x2 light bluish gray tiles. Also in the wall selection are in white, red, orange, pearl gold, yellow.
Dark blue. DVG was on there too. Correct. 1x2.
I don't know about 1x2. Is
1x2, no.
1x2 light bluish gray, maybe.
I'd be happy with either.
Yeah.
You never have enough of that in your store.
That'll be a good thing.
I've got my education set that I'm going to part out next.
Which one's that?
There was one from 2014, I believe. It's an old one. My Lego store had it, and they sold it to me for a good price. Let me pull up my brick stock on it. And it's got 90 lots, 2455 parts, 2,455 parts for a 6-month average value of $800.
Nice.
It's got a lot of plain, torsos and legs for minifig parts.
Just blue and red?
Yeah, blue, red. I believe that's it. A couple minifig heads. Oh, white also. And then a bunch of Technic parts, actually.
Nice, nice.
The best one being the shock absorber, the soft spring.
Mm-hmm.
Those are $1.40 a piece. But yeah, I got that set from my Lego store for $200. $800 part out. You love that 4X.
That's what I'm aiming for from now on. Go for a 4X on anything. Man, is it really bright in here now? Have I overdone it with the amount of light?
When you get that far back, you look a little whitewashed.
Yeah.
They gave me a deal on that set at the Lego store because it was opened. And so I went through it, and they'd opened it because they had to give a spring shock absorber to someone that was missing one out of a set.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even their system where they could sell it. So they had to call a regional manager, get it added to the system so they could sell it to me for $200, which is half of what it would have gone for, $400.
Well, it's an open box now.
Yeah. So it was basically to go to the garbage can, or I was offering $200, so they took it.
So I'm stuck between a 30 set and a 60 set part out. Terrible place to be. I've been surprised when the parts would fit into a whole drawer. I'm burning through full, large, and half drawers. Putting tons of tan in the store. Both sets are tan heavy. Between the Heart Lake Performing Arts or Performing Annex School thing.
Yep.
And the original Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, I remember you picked up a few of those.
Yeah, that's the 60X.
That was going to take you a minute.
That's not too bad actually, but I made a huge dent in the stack that was growing over there,
Chain pile.
and actually keeping up with my wife as she does the sorting of the Heart Lake School.
So sticker sheets in them too, right?
What's that?
So sticker sheets in them, right?
Yeah, those are always good. It's like $1 something sticker sheet in some of those larger friend sets.
So once every 12 years. But yeah.
All depends. All depends.
What
Once you build up enough of them, somebody just wants like 3 stickers off of there, and needs 10 sheets. So
the only stickers I've sold well are trains, and surprisingly enough, there's an elf set I was parted out twice, and has this little purple lavender dragon in it, and it's sold out every time I've gotten it.
Really?
And I've gone like 40% above average.
Huh.
And I'll have to find the part. I mean, look, I actually just had an order from it yesterday.
Yeah, set 76060 Doctor Strange.
It's the dragon, baby dragon, trans purple belly. Hold up here. I suppose I could share my screen to show it, huh?
Yeah.
I'll pull that up real quick. So this is it. Can you see it?
Yes.
So this I have sold out of twice, and it's in a small elf set. I don't know why it's so popular, but I've gone through at least a few dozen of them. And I don't want to click away because it will show the person's information, but it was $5 for that. So not bad. Not bad at all. And I'm back. But it's just strange. Like stuff you think will never sell is like, oh, I'm going to have those stupid purple dragons forever.
Oh, no, man. Those things get lost all the time.
But I have people ordering multiples, like 4 and 5 of them. So it's like, oh, they must be building
And
it.
the little the crystal eggs that are in those baby dragon sets fly out the door.
Yep, I've sold those too. Yep. And the only other thing I picked up from my picker brick wall lately was 2x3 tan plates. I was just short on those. I was like, they're good to have in the store.
They are. I just replenished the store.
I had 5 left, so I bought a couple of them. The math still works on it. So.
Yeah, I've been a little overwhelmed. I've been putting so much stuff into the store in large quantities. It's harder to keep track.
It's a good problem to have.
I think I just went over I know I went over 1.2 million, which I didn't think I'd ever get to.
Like usually you sell down before it gets that high, but it is slow summer, so that's probably helping.
It is, and I did game up for the summer.
And I've got, well, as I mentioned, I got those Velociraptor poly bags, and I'm going to park those out just to get the baby Velociraptors in the store.
I am 541 parts away from 1.25 million.
That should be easy enough. That's one picker brick cup.
Yeah, but I don't get to the Lego store anymore. So. It was pretty much all just stuff that, we already had.
So you're just filling up drawers now.
Filling drawers with stuff we have already bought and it's just been sitting here waiting to get put away.
Waiting for a new home. Yeah, I've got plenty of that.
It's a good place to be that we're not spending to bring in new stuff outside of, you know, the orders that I placed this week. But it's a lot of excess.
Yep, lots of volume. That's what I'm going for now too. I'm parting out that one education set because it's 80 lots, but there's like 10 or up to 50 of each in it. So
yeah, that reminds me, I've got a couple education sets that I need to get parted out as well.
they're easy to do because you open up, it's like one full bag of 2x2 orange slopes.
Oh, those teaching ones, whatever the corporate ones.
Yep. It's got 3 trays in it.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the one of them that's got like 32 different of the exact same thing.
Yep.
So there's 32 of everything in the set.
Yep, and it came with us 3 of those orange DACTA trays, and of course a lot of the bags are just repeat of the same thing. You'll have like 5 different parts in it, but there's 5 bags of it.
Yeah.
So, be easy sort, quick, and almost all of it's new lots in my store, so that's kind of why I'm doing it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of growth that way. I'm definitely looking fuller.
Yep, I'm going to be. I've got 2 new Acromills because I'm an Acromills guy, kind of like old Mr. Willett was.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him in a minute, but
I have no idea where he is, man.
But I've got 2 more of those to fill. So.
Yep, 9,852 lots. So I've never been at this level before, and I have no idea if anybody still. There used to be somebody used to track that was tracking a bunch of people's numbers.
How many lots and how many parts?
Lots, the number of this, the number of that. So back when the original 250K challenge was going on and 1 million brick challenge. Are you guys getting close on that or not?
Well, I'm creeping up, but orders come in, so you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down.
Yeah. Plus, when you're spending all your money on high dollar items like that.
Yep, it's that quick flip. You know, make $20 per battery. And
so, did you list them as sets or as the individual battery within the set?
Good question. I actually initially listed it as both, just to see what would sell.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single one sold as a single battery. All of them went as a set.
Okay.
I don't think people are really familiar with the part number of the battery box. They just know it's 8878.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to do it.
And the part was like $20 more to be the cheapest guy on earth. Because it's, I guess that kind of helped things along too.
Yeah.
But
Ted and Flitz is saying that I'm looking forward to 900 lots for Ninjago City. I may wait on Ninjago City until after we move. So,
I file those under, 900 lots sets. That's one I just sell it sealed. I'm not going to part that out. It's it's just too much.
I would have to go see. I would actually have to do some outside research to see what Brick Picker has to say about that set. And
I would not part out a Falcon PCS. No way.
No way.
You know how long that would take? It'd be winter.
Got to be a limit on the number of lots in a set that I'd be willing to part out, because at this point, there's no room anymore.
You're walling yourself in.
I am. I mean, come on, you used to see like holes in the wall all the time, and now it's just in the larger ones.
Oh, cut up some boxes, split the drawers in half, and keep going. Yep. You can use old Lego boxes to cut them in half. Free dividers. But if you actually have,
I already have glass. Let's see.
$500,000 for 2 hours. Nice.
Woo. But we did send invites out to a whole bunch of guys, hoping to have them come on. Obviously, not so much. As far as guests this week, we do not have anything planned out as far as special guests. If there's somebody who you guys would like to see, let us know. But it's going to be more difficult to arrange special guests without your help. So
It's also the first official weekend of summer, and the Jurassic World movie just came out, so I think that's going to help a lot on sales on the sets.
Because it's hot outside, do you think it's going to sell more Lego?
No, I just think the movie's out, and you're like, oh, I want to get the Lego sets now.
Oh, okay.
That'll happen to some extent. We can all hope, right?
I'm not going to be buying them, but
I'm waiting on the clearance too. But in the meantime, I am just going to part out those Velociraptor polybags because I want the Velociraptors in my store. They're 25 watts. They're easy.
Right, but how much is that little thing going to sell for?
Well, funny you should ask. I already have it parted out in Brickstock. Let me pull it up for you. The Velociraptor itself is $3.20. The bag is $4. So it's over a 2x part out as it stands now. Which for polybag, that's good.
Yeah. Especially full price polybag.
Yeah, full price. Yeah, but no fig. But it's got good parts in it. So you got tan window.
Do you see a lot of other people parting that one out or not?
Probably not initially. I think a lot of people are going to go for the sealed. I know Brick Vibes parted them out, but he parts out everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure he parted out Falcons. He'd be crazy enough to do it.
He's got employees, though.
Yeah, it's different when you have minions to sort all your Lego. But I was just looking at the parts here in the poly bag. You got the short bone, you got the turkey drumstick, tan windows, some dark blue parts, which you don't get very many of, and the new leaves.
Which, the little leaves?
The 3-leaf with the 1 stud. Those are in that set too.
Okay.
The only other place you could get them easily was the new wedding set.
And the extras.
Yeah, or and extras, but those aren't available in this country yet. So.
Yeah, they are.
Well, you know what I mean. They're not at Target.
No, they're not at Target, but they are available at the Lego stores now.
Not mine.
I've been seeing pictures.
Maybe shipments are a little behind, but my guy at my Lego store who I was talking to about the picker bag was specifically upset because they didn't send them the extras yet. He wants to buy some for himself.
Yeah, it's the flagship premiere shows and all that stuff. They're the ones that are, really the ones that are getting to display it right now. I think they're the same ones that have the new 2018 Lego store set for sale in their store.
Yeah. Let's see. Anthony in the chat says KOP has them.
Really?
Looks like you're taking a drive.
Nice. Get that.
Don't tell Clutch.
I got VIP points galore that need to be used.
Sounds like a good excuse as any.
I know.
Do they know how much the stores are charging for those? Are they $4 or $5 poly bags?
I think it's like a $5 poly.
It's kind of high. But it's basically pre-packaged pick-a-brick. But that's really all it is.
There's some good stuff in there.
I'm not saying it's bad stuff. It's just there's nothing special.
It's a city accessory set.
Yeah.
That's all. In polybag form, because we've already had them in box form.
Yep, I sold the crap out of those.
When they went on clearance?
Yep. I got 50 of them, I believe. I think it's cold water for your order. It just came through.
They're going to be $4. Correction.
$3.99 according to Minifig Collector.
Yep. So what'd you do? So did you send those sets into Amazon?
Yep.
Damn.
I've almost sold them all. Well, Coldwater, just saw the amount of your order. Thank you very much. Wow. I won't give away his business, but yeah, that's a nice order.
Maybe Coldwater just bought some batteries from you.
He may or may not have bought some batteries from me.
That's the thing to track during this stream. Battery watch.
Yep. There's 2 left.
I can't believe that you're selling those cheaper than what they sell online.
I just wanted to move them quick. It's worked.
Well, I appreciate the 5.
Hey, Cheap Ass.
Mr. Cheap, how are you?
I went to monetization. So have you picked up any sets lately?
I picked up the 30 of the Performing Arts School.
Good quantity.
And then 30 of the Clayface.
Oh, really? Okay.
And 30 of the Killer Croc.
I've seen a Clayface pretty cheap and I've passed on it just because I'm not excited about the parts in it. I mean, the color's good, but the parts don't strike me as being that great.
It's a single pallet set.
Yeah. So if you're looking to bulk up on those, I guess if you get like 50 of them, it's probably worth it.
I am. So I will have 50 of those to part out. Not like what, like 900. I mean, how many Brick 5 did they, like 900 of the Clayface or something like that? Like,
wow.
How do you like 900?
How do you use that many figs?
I don't know, but I'm gonna get I'll have the MDF hinges. Like that's the big thing is the MDF hinges. So
yeah, the Nougat's parts pack.
Yeah, the Nougat part pack. That's exactly what it is. It's MDF. So, yeah, I mean it's a cool set. It's a cool build as well. There's a lot of Nougat, and I'm hoping it's not a trap for a race to the bottom. I'm very thankful for people like Brick Vibe who value the economy. So, man, that's why I didn't go a lot deeper on that one. I wish I could have gone deeper on Performing Arts because it's just a great brick set.
Yep.
You know.
Coldwater is asking if you part out any of the Statue of Liberties behind you.
No, I've got the one that I bought.
It's a pricey set.
It is. It's $110. $110. Or 120.
I bought one in New York City. It was out before June 1st, before anybody else got it.
Yeah.
It didn't sell.
Walmart rolled it out I think they rolled it out on rollout price or something like that.
They love to do that. They love to clearance out of the gate.
It was clearanced on when it was released. It was already on sale, so I just bought one. I have a standing promise with my wife that I'm constantly pulling the reins back and stopping myself from going forward, so that when we do this next move, because we do have a move coming up in the near future, that it won't be with more stuff than we got here with. So I mean, it's a forcible. We've done so many like 5X part outs, 7X part out, 9X part outs that I don't even talk about because it's just like, all right, let me grab these off the shelves here. All these boxes have already been 2X, which means every set that we have is no longer sealed sellable. They've all been opened from the seals and had another set identical to them shoved inside nicely for travel and protection. It's a quote unquote sealed set because the bags have never been opened, but it's not a sealed set per AFOL standards because seals are fully intact and it's pristine, and the box that should be composting in your yard, says old hippie Seattle me, uh, is now like immortalized above the mantle. I'm not a box guy, obviously.
It's an open box.
It's an open box set.
My standard is what Amazon call it new. Nope, that's not new.
$70. That's what it was. Thank you, Ted, for that fill in for me.
$70. It probably would be worth parting it out.
It would have been another pat. Well, not really. I mean, it's
and green.
Yeah,
but good parts.
Yeah.
Parts too.
But I'm going all in on it, and I've also bought all the parts for Fort Hood. So Fort Hood is the extended base for the Statue of Liberty. It's the original fort that guarded the harbor. But yeah, we did try to do like a family live web series thing where it was like me and the kids and no, we're not those people. We're not. Nothing wrong with those people, just we're not them.
Yeah, so you're going to close your store during your move.
Am I gonna?
Probably have to.
Yeah. Probably not going to be a month again. But yeah, I'm going to have to.
It's almost worth moving the store first and then do the rest of it.
Yeah.
You're going to need to get everything, remeasured out, hung on the walls. And
well, that's why I'm also got the push going right now to make sure that the dual towers of all the tray towers are done, because we moved with one tray tower and it survived because of how well it was wrapped with the plastic. But I don't want to chance that again. And
get it put away.
Yeah, it's better if it's put away. It's always better to have it put away. Always better to have it put away.
Let's work later.
Yeah. Plus, it might inspire a sale. Like,
never know.
Yeah, I've just been forcing myself to put as much stuff into the store as possible. Like, dead serious. Like, when I come upon a drawer, one of these drawers that has the potential to be divided in half, and it's full when I'm pulling an order, that comes out. There's a whole crap load of these on the second tier of the cart. I do the exchange. I throw this underneath. I put that in the tray, and when I go and get ready to calculate the postage, I'm also changing the drawer number and resyncing everything so that now I've got, one more lot can go in the store. So it has really gotten to that point, and same with the larger drawers that can be divided in half. So shoving it in. How far away is the move going to be? Same school district. Getting tonsils out on Wednesday, debating to close. Oh, yeah, just tonsils. Now you're good to go, man.
You don't have to talk the full orders.
Yeah, I went on a 5-day cruise.
I mean,
just this past, I went on a 5-day cruise just this past June or January, man, and just put a thing up there that was just like, you're gonna ship. I'm not back, and put it in a number of places, and it was good to go.
That's what I do too. I mean, when I went to Mexico, I put the vacation notice up on both stores, and just said, "Yep, it'll ship when we get back. If your order's paid, it'll ship."
Yeah, I used to be just so about it, and then question for the future that somebody's got to remind me to ask them. When Bricklink rolled out all this shit like 2.5, 3 years ago for ranking stores on the front page and all that other stuff, one of the things that they included, as they said as part of their calculation, was length of time that the store was open. And the question always came up of, what does that mean? Is that literal, Like, since the last time I closed the store because I had to upload new bricks, and my practice is to close my store when I upload bricks each and every time to ensure that there's no errors in the system, or since my store was opened. And they never answered the question. So there's been an influx of people that have never closed their store because of this. But also at the same time, they've rolled out new rules in Europa and other places that say that you have to pay additional taxes if you're 24/7. So there's been some Bricklink stores that have taken that and they close their stores during certain times. So they're only accumulated number of hours online during the year to not be overtaxed and all this other stuff. So I don't know where I was going with all that.
Yep, but yeah, closing your store, I mean, if you're gone for a week, it's probably fine not to. You're going to be gone for a month, that's a problem.
Yeah. There's also a, I guess, did you have your thing disabled for shut my store down if I don't do something within a little while, or?
Yeah, I have that disabled. There's a chance I might not, if I run out of stuff to part out and not buy any inventory, I might not do anything to the store for a while.
Yeah.
Of course, I might still be selling things, but there could come a day when that happens. But not anytime soon. You never know.
Kind of a morbid thing, like, because that's like a death switch, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why would I cut my own foot off?
So that's one thing we can talk about as well that I had actually intended to. They're trying to push this whole income tax across the state borders thing again.
Sales tax.
Sales tax. So living in Pennsylvania, I would still have to charge tax. I would have to charge your state tax to you, right?
That's, I haven't read about it, but that's a theory.
So
good luck enforcing it.
that's shite.
Good luck enforcing it. That's all I can say.
That's absolute shite. Like, I've been watching the number of orders that I've been getting from Washington State, and the number of orders from Washington State have actually increased proportional to size of store and everything else since I moved. And that's because Washington State has a 9.5% tax, and I charge tax. I've also got an influx of purchases from people from C-Lug because they no longer have to pay the tax.
You're saving them 10%.
Even though they were saving 10% as the lug.
They're saving 10 more.
Well, yeah.
It's like getting a coupon without having a coupon.
Right.
At that point. And I do the same thing for my local lug. I give them a deal too. So it's a wink, wink, nudge, nudge deal. It's a deal.
Right. PA's got like 6% tax. Pretty cheap. But there's no way they're going to be able to do this. Like you said, good luck enforcing it. I already got an email from eBay the night that it was announced that some crazy it's some crazy senator from a flyover state, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So.
That'll be interesting to see how that pans out, because if you're ever going to enforce it, you're going to have to make eBay collect the sales tax, not me.
So what is I don't think it's a Supreme Court case on online taxes, is it?
I think it was, but I will keep talking. I'll look it up.
I thought it was crazy senator wanting to institute taxes. I hope they don't do this stupid stuff again. So stupid stuff meaning
it was Supreme Court.
Like 20 years ago, Orem Hatch wanted to charge everybody a nickel for every email they received. Not they sent. They received, because they sent would hurt business. Which meant that if you received spam, you could charge a nickel. So I thought it was more.
The Supreme Court ruling, South Dakota versus Wayfair Inc.
All right. Tell me about it.
I'm trying to give you the Reader's Digest. Hang on.
Flyover state. Pissed off. Hold on. The oil money's in North Dakota, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I'm going to make up the story right here, right now. Okay, this is how it went down. Little brother doesn't get shit. South Dakota pissed off because big brother North Dakota's got all the crazy oil money and interest now. Wants to get more cash. So they bring some stupid case to the Supreme Court, and it's got basically the reason why they're suing has nothing really to do with the reason why they're winning. It's a technicality.
It's actually there was a company suing the state because they're at a disadvantage. They have to collect sales tax, whereas you and I would not have to. So you could be selling identical product, identical price, but we're cheaper.
Okay.
And so it's kind of a sounds like it was a protectionist thing.
So it's a storefront saying that boo-hoo, the internet is hurting me.
Yep,
So it's South Dakota versus the internet.
or this company versus the internet.
Well, it's the South. It's this company versus South Dakota, and South Dakota said, "Well, you're right. You are at a disadvantage."
No, the Supreme Court said you're right. You're at a disadvantage. So therefore, basically the company won, saying that everybody should have to charge sales tax. That's what they wanted. And so South Dakota was saying no, they don't. And so South Dakota was on our side.
So I have to pay tax. I have to charge tax now, and I have to know what the tax rate is for every single state. Plus, even within Pennsylvania, there's different tax rates that have to be paid depending upon what city, what county you are in.
Yep. And
I got to know all this?
Well, it says here, Supreme Court ruled on Thursday that internet retailers can be required to collect sales taxes even in states where they have no physical presence. That was the outcome. So it can be required. Doesn't mean they will be. They can be. Good luck enforcing it, like I said.
Man. We should all just have a boycott of South Dakota. It's not like we're not already having a boycott of everything that's South Dakota, but we should just vocalize it that we're going to boycott everything from South Dakota, like you already are.
Yeah. Or actually, the boycott should be with Wayfair, not with South Dakota. South Dakota was on our side. South Dakota didn't want this. It was the company.
Oh, okay, so South Dakota lost the case to Wayfair.
Yeah.
And then took the case, instead of just sucking it up, and what would they have had to do? Charge tax from anybody that sold or bought anything within the state of South Dakota from out of state?
Yeah, Wayfair was saying they were at an unfair disadvantage.
Okay, so like 7 people in South Dakota that had online access that were buying stuff got screwed over and were
Yep.
No, taxation is not theft. Taxation is not theft. Taxation is something that every American has a due right to do. You're obligated as an American, as a patriot, to pay your taxes, but to limit yourself to the taxes that you actually owe. So, yeah, so like Philly and Pittsburgh for me add additional sales tax on top of the 6% and all that other stuff. But Brick Squid, just boycott it. Go to the cooler, North Dakota. They have oil.
We shall see how this pans out, but I don't expect, from a Bricklink perspective, for us to have to worry about this for very long.
I don't think it is not up to me to figure it out. I will tell you that right now. There's got to be some law already out there that has already said that if there's a portal, a platform, a site, an online selling venue, they are responsible for knowing the taxes that need to be and how to handle the taxes. It's their responsibility, not yours. You have to know it for your local area, but
it'd be on Bricklink.
Yeah, Bricklink. It was on Bricklink years ago to charge tax, or at least to have it be able to be handled. I'm sorry if you're heading to either Iowa or South Dakota. I apologize for both, but Iowa definitely being the way cooler of the two. Also, in crazy news, California wants to split into 3 different pieces.
Saw that.
Yep. It makes sense to me. Go for it. Why not?
Yeah, what the heck?
We're all so divided as a people, anyways.
I mean, the 3 pieces are north, south, and LA. That's it.
And Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, Hollywood's in LA, so. But that's basically the split. Yeah, why not? Why don't we just split off Atlanta from the rest of the state? We'll be like Singapore, we're a city and a state.
Oh, man. Pumpkin's getting all political. Pumpkin's at that age where he's getting all political and, self-realization. He's becoming woke. He's asking all sorts of questions of leading answers and possibilities.
It'll wear off.
So, yeah. All right. So thank you, South Dakota, and your 7 people with inside toilets that have just screwed over the world because of your irresponsible lawyers that have gotten a job in much cooler North Dakota because they have oil, which means that not that oil is good or anything, but with all of that oil money comes other things that are much more, well, maybe not less lawful than oil, because oil probably brings a lot of lawlessness. Unscrupulous. Is that the word I'm looking for? Unscrupulous? Is that the stuff that surrounds oil?
Misappropriation.
I'm not talking about prostitution and drugs and gambling.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Same, but different.
Yeah. The originals. So, close us out.
All right. Well, as always, use our Brick Owl coupon code, #SellerStream, for 10% off your order at any of our stores. And free shipping over $49 in my store. And get your battery boxes while they're hot. There's 2 left.
And for me, it's summer. It's the chill season. It literally just hit this week. The X Factor is just not happening anymore. But c'est la vie. It is the summer. It is time to go out and play and have fun. Puerto Rico voted 4 times not to become a state because they didn't want to become a state at that point, because now they do. They want, Puerto Rico wants to become a state now, and we should let them. We should embrace it. They are our brothers. Anyways, that's it. That's all. See you guys next week. We'll try to get some more special guests in. If not, I will try to get a hold of the dudes earlier and let them know that Sunday is the day. Summer sports are over. Your kids are out of school. You should be able to make it. Also, don't forget, on July 7th, I am hosting the 4th anniversary of LEGO Community Saturday Stream on my channel, 8 p.m. New York time. Right. Thanks for joining. See you next week.
See ya.